Hi, Pep. Don't know if you saw it, but in midweek there was film footage of Taylor Harwood-Bellis and Tommy Doyle in amongst the City supporters, celebrating the goals and being amongst the fans. Do you see a day one day when those players and the likes of Phil Foden, Garcia can form part of a Manchester City team on a regular basis? Are they good enough to become a bit like the class of '92 at Manchester United, a bit like that Barcelona team that you developed at Barcelona, who had guys who had an emotional attachment to the team?
I don't know. I would like to say yes, but I don't know. To figure out the young players will become incredible top players for the future, I don't know. Honestly, they must be Man City fans. When I saw in the short clip in the video in the stands from Old Trafford, support at the end his mates because he trains quite regularly with them. So, but I don't know what's going to happen. It not just depend with our desire, depend for many, especially on them, how they grow up, how they, they are better players. But hopefully, so it's good for the one club has a relation. But they are young and we have to wait.
But as a manager who had the likes of Busquets and Xavi and Piqué, who grew up as Barcelona fans, and you're a manager who likes his players to play with their head, but does it give you an extra advantage to have players who also play with their heart?
Yeah, but case of Busquets and Pedro was a little bit different because the year before we were together in the second team, so I knew them really well when I took over the first team. Piqué, when came back from Man United to come to Barcelona, in the beginning he didn't play. I saw him a little bit, and Rafa Marquez, Puyol, and the other ones were, I think, a little bit better prepared. And after, he shows what he is, one of the best central defenders all time in all worldwide football. And the other ones, I see them in the training session sometimes, but don't play like every single day, and that will happen in Busquets, Pedro. I would like to say yes, I would like to help them, but I don't know. So it's a club like it's so demanding, you have to win games. Sometimes you win 4 titles, it's not enough. That is the truth. So 4 titles last season is not enough. I didn't win the Champions League. So that is a reality. So, and sometimes they compete against incredible central defenders, Tommy Dolan, against incredible midfielders and Phil Foden. It's an incredible reality. It's an exceptional player. Sometimes don't play maybe the minutes he should play because compete with what happened in Old Trafford. The midfield players they play and they play incredible well. So that is the truth. But of course, it depends. At the end, depends on them. Absolutely. So the people can think, it depends. No. So I have 2 eyes, but Chiqui can watch them, and my assistant coaches and the people there also have eyes. And when someone is really special and can do it, we don't have doubts they will have the chance. But depends on them.
Just continuing that point, Pep, should a young player at this level be able to come in and straight away show you that they can be trusted, or are they allowed? Can you allow them to maybe made the odd mistakes? That's part of the natural development, or is that just not possible at this level?
No, I think it's difficult, really, really difficult. I don't know in Europe right now it's happened in important clubs like being demanded to fight for all the titles. One guy for 17, 18 and 19 years old go to the first team and play every 3 days or every weekend. I don't think so it's happened. So I imagine the big clubs in Europe, and no one exception happened that. I think I'm big fan that respect a little bit the process with the young guys. We have the tendency in all the countries here as well that make the 2 games is already will be the new Rooney, or will be the new George Best, or will be the new David Beckham, and I think it's a little bit time to to process and make them believe that this is difficult. This is not that easy, and the people can believe. But when the quality is there, like for example Phil, he's there. So he played a lot with 19, 20 years old. I don't know which Phil now. More than 55 or 50, more than 50 games so far. So it's quite remarkable, the minutes and the games he has played. And everything is going to happen naturally in this type of players, and they have this type of talent.
Is it a concern though that if a player was to make a big mistake, a young player, that do you believe that can not ruin their career, but sort of have a pretty fundamental damage on their career, or do you not care about it? Is that almost a test how they respond to a mistake? If that was
damage about what? If they don't?
Yeah, say you played Taylor Howard Bellis, for example, and he makes a mistake and it leads to a goal, and it's a bit of a howl that can happen to anyone. Is that does that worry you, or do you think, well, tough, you've got to get over it?
Yeah, but don't you think that what happened in the game and you said the mistake? Do you think the guys, the central defender with 31, 32 years old, don't make mistakes? Nobody escapes on that. So the young players, that is the way to grow up and do it. So, but it's not, for some moments they need it. I think it's time in this age to learn, and it's a bonus when you play some minutes and training with us, and that is incredible. It's what I got when I started when 18, 19 years old, and just training with the first team. It was wow. It's more than play maybe 1 or 2 games in the second team. So I think everything is going in the right time, in the right tempo, and I think we gave opportunities. In the Carabao Cup is a fantastic competition to see there, and even in Cup in some, and even in games. So in important period of the season, Eric played against Sheffield and against the other games, bowled 45 minutes and played incredible well. So that's good for him for the future. Maybe he's not going to play here, but maybe he's going to play. They're going to make a long career in another club and make a success career. So, and we'll be so proud of that.
Hi, Pep, Steve from The People. On Sunday in London, Vincent Kompany is getting an award from the football writers for his contribution to Manchester City's story over the last 10 years. It's fair to say possibly you've missed him this season, his leadership and his qualities. Also, at the end of the season, David Silva will be leaving. Then maybe in the next couple of years after that, you will have to maybe manage without Fernandinho, Aguero after that. Are these players for you irreplaceable, or can you replace those players, or are they just so good at what they do and what they give you that you have to look for a different solution once they've gone?
It's life. We cannot deny how important all these names you name have means for this club. So there's no doubt about that. So it's Beanie is unique, and Sergio will be unique, and David, and this type of players are incredible. But I think the clubs, have the duty or the obligation to find the best replacement for all of them. So when as quick as possible, anticipate it. So the big clubs move on. So people arrive and people move. Stay the club, the fans, the love for this club, the experience you have lived, but you have to move on. So we cannot stay. What happened in the Max Summerby one day retire. So and the club, it's what you have to happen, knowing that how important they were. And they helped to be the club that we are right now. So always, honestly, I live this my 3 years and a half, will be 4 years here with these guys, and always I'll be grateful what they have done for me, for the club, in our period or in the past. They were with Roberto, they were with Manuel, they were with the clubs, and they were incredible, well, and consistent for many, many, many years. But I'm glad that the media make this tribute to Beanie. But we have to move on, so it's not another chance. And I think they want to do that. So at the end, all these players want, they leave, new ones, and try to maintain the level.
Because they're very special players, though, do you see those players anywhere else in the game of football in the world? Players like that who are so special?
We have to try. We have to try to find them, or build them from here, or you have to find them. This is our obligation as a club.
When Vinny left, Pep, people said his influence in the dressing room would be missed because he's very vocal, he's the leader. Has that been the case? And have you done anything different? Have you encouraged people like De Bruyne to be more vocal, speak up more? Have you had to change things a bit?
Everyone is special, is different, and no one can be as in many things like Beanie, but we knew it. But Bini knows perfectly the locker room and knows that he's an incredible group of person and people. So, but everyone, there are leaders like, for example, don't talk too much, don't say one word, and they are real leaders. And on the pitch, they are incredible, and they are the other ones that likes communicate and express something. So I don't wanna. I said to the players, Bini is Bini. I don't want the guys are there not to copy Bini. Everyone has to be with who they are. That is the most important thing. And the group of people that are in the locker room are fantastic.
Pep, it was around about this time last year that you started that incredible run of wins in succession that took you where it took you. When you look at the squad and how it's playing at the moment, is this bunch of players capable of doing that?
I don't think on that. I think to win in Aston Villa and after the 2 days off and prepare the next one. So even last season I didn't think you have to win I don't know how many games to win the other one. So because today is we won the last games and that's all, but this new one, new problems to face and how we are to try to make the right decisions, to take the good selection to win the game. So I don't know. I would like to say, yeah, we're going to win 25 games in a row. So I cannot say that because I don't know. Not even know if you are going to win against Aston Villa. Imagine you have to know to win amount of games.
Hi, Pep. You touched on Jack Grealish earlier on. There's been some comparisons made this week about the development of Phil Foden compared to the development of Jack Grealish. Grealish, after making his debut for Villa, only played 34 league games in 5 years. And Villa have been praised for the way that they have not rushed his development. Are you surprised that you haven't had that same kind of praise for the way that you've treated Phil Foden?
No. I don't have principles on that. So the situation, the Phil, I think he played more minutes Phil than Jack Grealish in Aston Villa. Here is the guys who is in more or less in the position from Phil. There are, I think maybe in Jack Grealish happened the same. So sometimes it happens. So Eric at the end he plays minutes because maybe it was 3 or 4 injured central defenders. Sometimes it happened in this kind of situation. The important is the value, the credit, and the way he played in that case. Phil is incredible, is remarkable. So, and I think he played well and good and enough minutes in this situation. But we have many injuries in that position. He will play more minutes. We know that. So, but he has to play. And Phil is an incredible player, but still have a lot of things to improve. And sometimes you have to needs time to understand what he has to do. And sometimes you have to wait a little bit, and he has to be patient. But when I said many times, David is going to leave this season, and we are going to buy any player in this position because we have Phil, and maybe Phil next season we have more minutes, or maybe less, I don't know, because we trust a lot of on Phil. If we didn't believe in him, we may go to the market to replace David, but we have Phil. He's going the guy who take maybe his minutes or has to fight. But next season has to fight against with Kevin, with Kundo, with Bernardo can play in that position. So it's the only way to maintain the level as high as possible. Okay, thank you guys.